2:17 a.m. Her phone lit up. Still thinking about last night? She assumed I was clueless. 18 years, 3 kids, our business gone because she couldn't keep her affair off the company credit card. When I said, "I'll handle the divorce papers," she froze. Too late. My name is Alex Carter. I'm 43 years old, and I've spent the last 2 decades building 2 things: a family and a business. Both seemed solid until one Tuesday evening when everything started to fracture. I was in our home office in Portland, Oregon, finishing up a proposal for a major client. Our IT consulting firm, Carter Technologies, was on the verge of landing a contract with a major tech company. Jessica and I had built this business from the ground up back when our son Caleb was just a baby. Now we had 15 employees, 3 kids, and a life that looked perfect from the outside. The clock showed 11:47 p.m. I heard Jessica's car pull into the driveway. Late again, 3rd time this week. She'd said it was a networking event with potential investors, some tech mixer downtown. I walked to the kitchen to greet her, maybe warm up some dinner. She came through the door, and I noticed it immediately. Her hair was different, slightly disheveled, but in a deliberate way. Her lipstick was smudged at the corner, and there was a smell. Not her perfume, something else, something masculine and woody. "You're still up?" she said, dropping her purse on the counter. "Just finished the Anderson proposal." I studied her face. "How was the event?" "Exhausting." She kicked off her heels and headed toward the stairs. "I'm going to shower and crash." She didn't look at me. Not once. In 18 years of marriage, Jessica always looked at me when she came home, always kissed me hello, always asked about my day before talking about hers. I stood in the kitchen, listening to the water running upstairs, and something cold settled in my chest. Not panic, not anger, just a quiet knowing, the kind that comes when your instincts finally speak louder than your denial. I walked back to the office and opened my laptop. Found her calendar, the one we shared for business purposes. Tonight's networking event wasn't listed anywhere. I checked her company email, the one she'd given me access to years ago for business continuity. Nothing about any mixer, no calendar invite, no confirmation email. That's when I started looking, really looking. And what I found would destroy everything I thought I knew about my marriage.
The next morning, I acted like nothing had happened, made coffee, scrambled eggs for the kids, asked Jessica about her schedule. She sat at the kitchen table, scrolling through her phone, barely looking up. "Client meeting at 10, she said absently, then lunch with that potential investor. I might be home late again. Caleb walked in, backpack slung over one shoulder, 17 and sharp as a tack. He glanced between us, sensing something but saying nothing. "Where's Lily?" I asked. "Still getting dressed," Caleb said. "She's taken forever picking out shoes." Normal morning, normal family. Except nothing felt normal anymore. After everyone left, I went to my office and did something I never thought I'd do. I called my brother Ethan. He's a divorce attorney in Portland, one of the best, and I needed advice before I went any further. "When?" Ethan answered on the second ring. "What's up?"
I hesitated. Saying it out loud would make it real. "I think Jessica is having an affair." Silence. Then, "What makes you think that?" I told him everything. The late nights, the missing calendar entries, the smell, the way she'd stopped looking at me. Ethan listened without interrupting. "You need proof," he finally said. "Solid, undeniable proof, not just suspicions. If you're going to do this, especially with the business involved, you need documentation." "How do I get that without becoming someone I'm not?" I asked. Ethan's voice softened. "When you're protecting yourself and your kids, there's nothing wrong with that. Check her phone records, credit card statements, anything you have joint access to. But don't do anything illegal. Don't hack her personal accounts.
Stay clean.
I spent the next 3 days digging through our financial records. Our business accounts were joint, everything transparent for tax purposes. That's where I found it. Charges at hotels in Portland, not the ones we use for business travel. These were boutique places, romantic spots downtown, for different transactions over the past 6 weeks, all on Thursdays, all charged to our business credit card under client entertainment. Then I found the receipts. Dinner for two at expensive restaurants, wine that cost more than a monthly grocery bill. She categorized them as business expenses, deductible, smart. Except I knew for a fact we had no clients in those areas. I photographed everything, built a timeline, cross-referenced it with her calendar, the real one I found on her laptop. Every Thursday for the past 2 months, she blocked off personal time from 6 p.m. to midnight. The final piece came when I checked our company's partnership agreement, the one Jessica and I had signed when we incorporated. I drafted it myself with Ethan's help back when we were young and optimistic and thought we'd never need the protective clauses, but there they were. Infidelity clause, buyout provisions, everything I needed to protect myself and our kids if this went where I thought it was going. I sat in my office staring at the evidence spread across my desk and felt something shift inside me. Not heartbreak, not rage, just cold, calculated clarity. I knew what I had to do next. Friday morning, I waited until Jessica had just gotten back from her morning yoga class. Hair still damp, wearing those expensive leggings she bought last month. The kids had already left for school. Caleb had driven Lily, which meant we had at least 40 minutes alone. Perfect timing. Jessica poured herself coffee, scrolling through her phone like always. I sat at the kitchen table, hands folded, watching her. I'd rehearsed this moment 100 times in my head, but now that it was here, I felt nothing but cold clarity. "We need to talk," I said. Jessica glanced up, barely interested. "About what?" "About Brad Sullivan." Her hand froze mid-scroll, just for a second. The tell was tiny, but I caught it. Then she recovered, arranging her face into a mask of confusion. "Who?" "The guy you've been meeting at the Phoenician every Thursday night. The one you've been charging to our business credit card under client entertainment. The one who's been helping you spend $8,000 of company money over the past 2 months. The color drained from Jessica's face. She set her coffee down slowly, carefully, like she was buying time to think. "Winston, I don't know what you're talking about." I slid a folder across the table. Jessica stared at it but didn't touch it, like it might burn her. Hotel receipts, restaurant charges, GPS data from your company car, which is also company property. I've got dates, times, locations, even the wine you ordered. I paused. I also reviewed our partnership contract. You remember the infidelity clause, right? The one you thought was paranoid when I insisted Ethan drafted it into our agreement. Jessica's jaw tightened. Her eyes flashed with something defensive, almost angry. "You've been spying on me, going through my things." "I've been reviewing our business expenses," I corrected her. "Something any 50% partner has the legal right to do. What I found was my wife systematically stealing from our company to fund an affair. That's embezzlement, Jessica. That's fraud." She opened her mouth, closed it again. Her eyes darted toward the hallway, probably calculating if she could leave, regroup, come back with a better story. I'd seen her do it in business negotiations 100 times. "Don't," I said quietly. "Don't insult me by lying anymore. About everything. Text messages you thought were deleted, calendar entries, even a statement from the hotel staff confirming you've been a regular guest." Jessica's face changed. Then, the mask slipped completely. What replaced it was something cold, calculating, defensive. "You want to know why? Because you haven't touched me in over a year. Because all you care about is work and the kids and that stupid house. Because I felt invisible in my own marriage." If you've ever been betrayed or faced heartbreak, you're not alone. Subscribe to Cheating Secrets for real stories of love, betrayal, and resilience. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a story that could change the way you see relationships.